had just moved to the city, eager to experience the nightlife everyone raved about. My coworker, Jenna, invited me to this exclusive club downtown, one of those places that always had a line down the block and bouncers, who picked people based on looks. We got in without issue, the music was electric, and the energy in the room was contagious. Jenna knew the bartender, so drinks came easy, maybe too easy. I remember my third drink tasting slightly off, but I shrugged it off, assuming it was just a different brand of liquor. Within minutes, everything started feeling wrong. The lights blurred. My limbs felt heavy, and my hearing became strangely muffled. I tried to find Jenna, but she was lost in the sea of people. Then I saw him, a man I didn't recognize standing too close, staring at me like he had been waiting for something. His smile was wide, too wide. He placed a hand on my shoulder and leaned in. "You're not feeling so good, are you? Let me help you out of here." My gut screamed at me. Every part of my body wanted to fight back, but I could barely move. He started guiding me toward the back exit, supporting my weight like I was his drunk friend. People around us didn't even give us a second glance. I wanted to scream, to tell them I wasn't with him, but my voice wouldn't come out. Then, just as he reached for the door, a voice rang out. "Hey, Alice." "There you are." Jenna. I had never been happier to see her in my life. She grabbed my arm and yanked me away from the man. He didn't argue. He didn't even look mad. He just backed up, disappearing into the crowd like he had never been there at all. The next day, Jenna told me the club's security. Footage showed the man lurking near our table for over an hour before making his move. No one recognized him, and he was never seen there again. I never went back. It was supposed to be a fun girls' night out. My best friend Tessa had just gotten a promotion, so we went all out. VIP section, bottle service, the works. We danced for hours, laughing and living it up. Everything was perfect, until it wasn't. At some point in the night, Tessa told me she was going to the bathroom. I nodded, watching her weave through the crowd toward the back hallway. 10 minutes passed, then 20. I texted her. No response. I started to feel uneasy. I pushed through the crowd, making my way to the bathroom. The stall doors were open, empty. I checked the lounge area, the smoking section, even asked the bartender if he had seen her. Nothing. It was like she had just vanished. Panic set in. I called her. Straight to voicemail. I ran to the bouncer, desperate, explaining that my friend was missing. He looked at me strangely and asked, "Are you sure she even came with you?" I thought he was joking. Of course she had. I had pictures of us at our table just an hour before, but when I scrolled through my phone, my heart nearly stopped. Every picture we had taken that night, Tessa wasn't in any of them. It was just me holding up drinks, posing alone, smiling at nothing. I swore I had been with her. I had texts from her earlier that day, proof that she was real. But that night, there was no record of her ever being there. The club had no footage of her walking in. Her phone was off. No one ever saw or heard from Tessa again. It was like she had been erased from existence. I've worked as a bartender for years, so I've seen my fair share of weird things. But nothing compares to what happened one night at Inferno Lounge. It was a busy Friday, packed with people. Around midnight, a woman came in, dressed in a red dress that looked straight out of the 1950s. She had this eerie, old Hollywood kind of beauty, pale skin, dark hair in perfect waves, and red lipstick so bright it almost glowed. She sat at the bar, ordered a whiskey neat, and just watched people. Never spoke, never danced. Just sat there, completely still. Then, a guy sat beside her trying to flirt. She turned to him, whispered something in his ear, and he immediately went pale. Without a word, he got up and bolted out of the club like he had seen a ghost. I was watching all this when the woman finally looked at me. Her eyes were completely black. Not just the pupils, everything. My stomach dropped, but I kept my cool. "Rough night?" I asked, trying to break the tension. She just smiled and said, "It's always the same night." Something about the way she said it made my skin crawl. I turned away for just a second to grab a bottle, and when I looked back, she was gone. Her glass was still there, full, untouched. Confused, I asked the security guard if he saw her leave. He gave me the strangest look and said, "Who?" I pointed at the stool she had been sitting on, but it was empty. The weirdest part? The cushion wasn't even indented, like no one had ever been sitting there. I checked the security cameras later, just to prove to myself I wasn't crazy. But the footage showed nothing. No woman in a red dress. No one sitting at the bar. Just me, talking to empty air. That was the last time I ever worked a night shift alone.